gentlemen, get ready for Talkamania!
Welcome to another week of Talkamania. I'm your host, Desmino, and I'm here with my hombre, J-Bomb. Say hi, J-Bomb.
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing, bud?
Not too bad. Yourself? How are things? How are your recovery doing?
Things good, man. It's been a way better week for me. Back at work today, unfortunately,
back at work?
but yeah. But hey, great weekend. No Mercy was pretty awesome. I enjoyed it. Raw, Smackdown, but I had a lot of stuff to watch while I was recovering on the couch, so I'm pretty happy about that.
Yeah, no, that was good. It's good that you spent the time catching up and following up on your wrestling. But it was a really cool pay-per-view. I thought it was really good too. I mean, it was stacked. It went in with lots of potential, and it pretty much delivered, I guess more or less up until the last two matches, with Enzo and Neville and Brock Lesnar and Braun Strowman. There's lots of people chattering about that one as well too. But I thought overall it was a pretty good card, and it definitely did not let me down. I thought the tag team match stole the show though. For me, the tag team match.
It did, man, and I was surprised. It absolutely stole it. I agree with you, man. And on top of that, hey, we did pretty good with our predictions.
Yeah, we did actually. I think we were pretty much. I was pretty much dead on up, except for Enzo, Amore, and Neville. I really didn't think that they were going to give the title to Enzo so quickly, but I guess the fact that they were rolling with this angle for him to kind of help spark the cruiserweight division, I guess giving them the title is what they were going for to begin with. I just didn't think it was going to happen so fast, and it's a bit disrespectful to the cruiserweight division, a bit of a spit in the face. I find a lot of those guys, if you watch a cruiserweight tournament, this is what this belt was, kind of the highlight, or goes to the top cruiserweights from around the world, and they really worked hard to build this division. And then you have somebody coming in who's not even a great wrestler, and he wins the title off of Neville, who's had this amazing run as a just, I don't know, like an evil heel, and his character and his promos have been it's just been fantastic, and he's always getting better. And it's just it's soured the things a bit for me in terms of the cruiserweight division itself. And now what's going to happen with Enzo Amore? I feel like he's got a big head. I feel like he's really into himself.
But
that's his character.
While watching No Mercy, I was pretty disappointed. But for some reason, I tuned into 205 this week. I did. I watched it after SmackDown. I didn't watch a lot of it, but I watched the first 20 minutes.
For you, though.
So it got me to do that. That's a huge step.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I actually started watching it, and Enzo came out in the beginning, and it actually had an opposite effect. Actually changed the channel. Yeah. So.
Oh fuck! Really?
I don't hate the guy, but I just don't want as much of him in my face. Like he's really. He reminds me of. Do you remember the Muppets? Gonzo.
Yeah,
and Gonzo
does.
had Rizzo.
Yeah.
He reminds me of Rizzo. And Enzo, Rizzo, I don't know, he's just very similar to him, I find.
I just wanted to see what was going to happen between him and Neville. And it didn't really come in the first, 10 minutes of the show. So I kind of lost interest as well. He kind of cut a promo himself. And then Neville had a match with Arya Daivari. And I was like, I'm not going to watch it. So
yeah,
that's as far as I got.
Right. But I hear that he also made mention on the show that he knows he forfeited his rematch by attacking him. So I guess
did he?
Something to that degree. So I don't know.
So you watched it? Then?
No, I read the results. I definitely read the results.
Okay.
And so that kind of indicates a lot of people were speculating, and we talked about ourselves too. Was first of all, we're jumping to Raw right now, but the main event of Raw, we saw Enzo Amore highlighted in the cruiserweight division. So this is a very weird choice for a main event. I found. I was very much like, is it really I thought it was 205 Live, or it was earlier in the show. I was like, there must be a segment after this, but no, sure enough, they either really have stock in Enzo, they're really trying to brighten up 205, but it did main event, and it was interesting though. I don't know if you watched afterwards or you watched what happened afterwards.
Yeah, I saw it.
Strowman came down and destroyed him afterwards, and then other cruiserweights hit their moves on him, and he got his ass kicked.
It was cool.
But
it was pretty cool.
Anyway, my point was what it looks like we're leading towards, because there was a stipulation or some kind of restraining order
clause
on Enzo that if you could not attack him, right? And it's pretty cool because every time they've had that, like, you can't hit me or the match is forfeit, or you can't hit me or you're fired. Like, no one ever hits the guy. You know they're not touching each other until the pay-per-view. And that's the WWE's way of building this fight up and, for finally going to get their hands on each other at the pay-per-view. This is one of the first times I can recall where claws was shown and you're like, damn, he's not going to hit him. But he did. And I thought it was pretty cool. And for Neville to do, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, for sure. And it's really well played if they're going to play it the way where they're, look, essentially promoting Neville back to the main roster. The guy's worked hard.
And
his
good.
promo skills
and
are awesome.
deserving.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm just worried, however, that he's going to get buried under talent, or they won't use him properly or book him well. Like,
that's it. If they book him well, he'll be fine. He could hold his own.
What's he going to do? He's going to come to the main roster and then, feud with Apollo Crews for a couple weeks and something like that, And
I could see him going after Elias, which kind of sucks. But, I mean, I wish he would switch over to SmackDown. I'd love to see Neville AJ Styles.
I would love that as well, too, and I think he'd be great on SmackDown. The only thing I would say about this is, and I complain about this every week, they try to jam too much into 2 hours, so I think he would get buried and lost, too. Like, there's just so many superstars on that roster that just don't get time, or they throw them into a match together, or they throw them into a backstage segment together. Like, the fact that Breezango isn't on SmackDown weekly is mind-boggling because they're so over. And, I know they're bringing back...
They're coming back,
bringing them back next week, but... Same time, like, I want to watch these guys wrestle too. They can put on some good matches. Have them versus the New Day for a month, man. That'd be a good program.
True. But getting back to No Mercy, you won, man. You won. The wager was it $25-$30 at the WWE shop? Have you looked around? Have you?
No, I haven't, because I was a bit confused because you were like, oh yeah, you won, and then you're like, oh no, you're wrong on Enzo. So I was like, oh, did we bet like who has to get 100%, or was it who gets better? So
no, you won. It was whoever gets better. But when I texted you, I thought you had gotten 100%, and then I realized that Enzo and Neville's match kind of screwed you over. So you didn't get 100%, but you beat me because I picked Braun Strowman.
Yeah, I know. I'm kind of disappointed. I really thought I could have got 100% on that. I really didn't think Enzo was going to win so quickly and have it against Neville, a guy who's been busting his ass for the past year. So,
you know what? I think Neville did what he had to do. He elevated 205 Live. Enzo's, he's taking the torch in John Cena's, with John Cena's words, and he's going to run with 205 Live a bit. I'm okay with it. It gets Neville to the main roster, and I don't really care about 205, and I don't watch it, and I hope Enzo's on it and only on it on Tuesdays.
Yeah, I go back to my fear where it's like Enzo went on the 205 Live because he got lost on the main roster. Now he's going back on the main roster. He's going to get lost again, I guess they could always make him go on the roster for a while and then come back to 205 Live and say, I'm taking my title back,
To tell you the truth, I think if they would have just turned Neville heel on main roster when he came back from injury, I think it would have just been fine.
Dude, he is honestly one of my favorite heels, man, for sure. Yeah, he's great.
I think he's really like I'm just getting goosebumps thinking about his promos.
Dude, I would give him top 8 in the roster. He's in the top 8 in the roster easily, I would say.
I'm loving it.
Yeah, no, I want to see more Neville, so I'm definitely down with that.
Cool, man. Do you want to move on to New Mercy here? Take a look at some of the big matches we saw. Where do you want to start?
Yeah, so we saw the Bray Wyatt versus Finn Balor. I'm not going to talk much about this. There's not too much to say. But that was the one I was a little bit iffy about. And then when he attacked Finn Balor before the match and hurt his ribs, or his arm, I think it was his ribs, I was like, okay, right away, okay, well, they're going to make this be, he's hurt before the match, Bray Wyatt will take advantage, Bray Wyatt will win. But no. Finn Balor actually won again. Amazing. Great. However...
Yeah, and...
Did you watch Raw this week?
The feud's not over.
Oh my god, what is this? This is like the endless feud. Like, can they not move on to something else other than each other? Like, seriously. This is disturbing. This has been going on for way too long. It's like they have nothing for either one of them to do.
Yeah. And I actually enjoyed the Goldust match on Raw, and then after the Goldust match, again Bray Wyatt, and I was just like, oh, and I thought it might have been over at that point. I thought we were going to see something new. But
I thought it was going to continue the moment he got a match with Goldust. I was like, why are they putting him in a match with Goldust? Why is Goldust is he going to have a feud with Goldust? Cool. If he does a program with Goldust, that could be cool.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah,
that could be cool. But instead, they put him in a continuing program with Bray Wyatt. Like, you know what? Fuck. Put Goldust and Bray Wyatt together and see what kind of crazy shit you could put together with those two.
That wouldn't be a bad idea.
It would be, but like, I don't know. I think it could be fun or interesting, at the very least. Or, I was thinking like, maybe put Elias and Wyatt together. I don't know. He's kind of got that hickey hillbilly look to him. I don't know. Maybe
it seems like
they could do something.
It seems like we can't find a fit for Bray Wyatt. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, I guess it seems like that. I think you need to have him in his.
Honestly, yeah.
You need the Wyatt family. That's kind of what works best for him. Have him in the Wyatt family. Have him win the title while he's in the Wyatt family. Worst case, like, I don't know. He hasn't been booked well, and he is good, but his matches aren't like unforgettable matchups. So.
I don't know. I feel like he's a dead horse at this point.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he still can get to where he's going to get. I think he's still going to have like another title run in him, and I think he'll get pushed at some point. But right now he's in line, and we'll get there. But anyways, that's enough. This feud is taking up way too much of my energy, and I don't really want to talk about it anymore.
Sounds good.
But what I do want to talk about again is that amazing tag team match: Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins retaining over Cesaro and Sheamus. Now, what a hell of a match! Great spots left and right. I really love the power bomb that Cesaro did onto Dean Ambrose. To me personally, that should have ended the match, or there shouldn't have been a pin, or there should have been no kick out. Like, that was an amazing move. Like, that beats any tag team finisher I've seen in the longest time. They should have not kicked out of that. That was just a little bit of a, I don't know. And then after, just like the knee to the face and then the dirty deeds, and
They're really making 2/3 of the Shield look super strong.
Well, they are super strong.
You know what I mean?
Former champions, right?
Yeah, who cares? So is Sheamus. It's just they're really building them up to be so strong, which is so odd because they did the complete opposite on Raw with the Miztourage, and it seems like it's pretty obvious that that's what we're going to see at TLC. So it's I don't know. It's just frustrating. Yeah. But I agree. That match was amazing. Cesaro's teeth, holy shit.
Not only did they break, they
disgusting.
got pushed into his gum, into his jaw. Like,
so gross.
That's going to be so painful. They're just a gum. They go, yeah, so. Yeah.
And it was so cool because in the moment where it happened, he had the, he thought enough to look at Sheamus and open his mouth. You know what I mean? Like, he didn't. If anybody else got smashed in the face, you're probably going to cover your face and put pressure on it, And he was just like, open his mouth, like pure surprise. It was so cool.
He did all the best things you could do for the camera, that's for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, he really did. He played.
I don't know how he even managed that. He ever jumped it and like bit into the corner. Like, come on, bro. Like, you've been in rings all your life.
It sucks because he did it himself.
Yeah, he's been in rings all his life. It's so funny he overshot that or whatever he did. But basically I think they told him like stay outside the ring and we're gonna try to clean you up. But like the guy just kept pissing blood out of his face. And Trooper, man. Yeah, definitely awesome match. I really, really enjoyed it. And again, expected the Shield to retain the titles and watch it be the Shield with the tag titles and Roman Reigns with the Intercontinental title soon enough. They're gonna make him a modern day Grand Slam champion when you have all those main titles. I think that's the only one he's missing is the IC title. So definitely a little check mark that on his box soon. I would be surprised.
Yeah, it's annoying. It's annoying as fuck.
Another big match and No Mercy, what we saw. Again, really anticipated. Two behemoths clashing heads. We saw Braun Strowman and Brock Lesnar. Did you enjoy this match? What did you think? Me personally, before I let you answer, I don't know. The biggest thing to me, and we saw this at the two main events I found with Cena and Roman Reigns, very similar, where we saw Braun Strowman hit so much offense on Brock Lesnar, power slam. Brock Lesnar kicks out. And then finally, you're building up Braun Strowman to be this big behemoth beast. You cannot stop him. You cannot put him down. And 1F5 does the trick. That was the most disappointing. I get the whole point in like not having him win and and all that stuff, but like at least make it look like it really took a lot for Brock Lesnar to take him down. The 1F5 after so much offense from Braun Strowman didn't do him any good.
The way that I look at this, I completely agree with you. The psychology of the match didn't make any sense. The storytelling in the match was ridiculously bad. This would have been better off finishing any other way than it did. It should have been a no contest. I think you mentioned that on in our
It
prediction.
definitely should have been. I think so, at least.
There's no way that this is good for Braun Strowman. Yeah, okay, it hurts him. Sorry, it hurts him short term, not long term. I get that, but it's still hurting him. Like, you've been building this guy up like crazy, and like you said, I mean, the guy fucking survived an ambulance accident, but couldn't kick out from one F5.
Yeah, I think it's a great way to look at it. But no, absolutely. It's funny too, and then they quickly make up for it and see the way they book him on Raw. They have him come out and basically destroy Ambrose, and Ambrose is a former champion. It's a big win. That was definitely a big win for Braun Strowman, a big clean win and a big clean loss for Dean Ambrose. And next week, we're seeing Seth Rollins versus Braun Strowman. I would not be surprised if you also see Braun Strowman beat Seth Rollins.
Of course he's going to beat Seth Rollins. I mean, this was pretty much like they had to... It's so frustrating. Like, it's so obvious. Like, I know it was always obvious, but it's so friggin' obvious that Roman Reigns is going to be the guy to beat Brock Lesnar. So they could have done that. They just... I don't know. I'm losing my mind here, man. Braun Strowman should have beaten Brock Lesnar. Roman Reigns should beat Braun Strowman at WrestleMania.
Yep, I think that's the perfect way that you should be going with this. But they care more about the Brock Lesnar. He's viewers. He's money, for them.
And I get that Brock's like probably at the end, whereas Braun still has tons of years that they can use him like that. But this really hurt Braun Strowman. And to put him on Raw the next day was so lazy the way that they did the Fallout. Brock Lesnar should have been there. He should have aggravated Braun Strowman to make him go crazy. Like, they use the commentators to kind of make it an excuse that Braun's, upset about what happened. So he, beats up Kurt Hawkins, wants to fight whoever. Dean Ambrose comes up, he destroys him. And then at the end, we saw him destroy Enzo. Like, I get it, he's mad, but it still feels like all of that is still somehow to put over Roman Reigns indirectly. It's still like, this guy couldn't beat Brock, and look how destructive he is. And then Roman Reigns is going to come in and beat Brock.
But he's beating Roman Reigns.
Braun Strowman's beating Roman Reigns, yeah, but not in a clean fashion. He threw him in an ambulance.
No, he's pinned him. I think he's pinned him once.
He's pinned him once?
I think once. Prove me wrong, folks. If you're listening at home and I'm wrong, point me out.
I think you might be right as well.
I think he has pinned him once. It might have been like,
still,
he was distracted or something happened, but...
It was just, it just, the whole time it was happening, I was like, God, that's so lazy. Like, it's just, the build up to Brock and Braun was completely eclipsed by how bad the match was. And the fallout was just lazy and just, I just don't like
the matches where somebody throws tons of offense. We saw this with AJ Styles versus Roman Reigns, I remember. And then they just turn around and hit their move once. And that's it. I mean, jumping into Cena versus Roman Reigns, first of all, the match for the most part it wasn't very interesting. It wasn't terrible. But later on in the match, they started doing some spots. And every time I find John Cena, he does this move sometimes in matches where he'll go to the top rope and his opponent will catch him in a powerbomb. He's done it several times. Yeah. And he always makes it look like shit. It always looks terrible every time. And he still does it.
He's a pretty awkward dude.
He is awkward.
Like, watching him wrestle.
He's a bit of a gorilla, right?
He's got this like weird like Neanderthal leg thing going on.
But
I mean, at the end of the day, I guess we all expected this to happen, right?
Absolutely. It doesn't matter the outcome of the match. The whole point of this is the WWE wanted it to be like, look, John Cena's, he's taking more of a part-time role. It's the official passing of the torch. That's basically what you saw. So I get what they were doing. But at the same time, have Cena kick out of like 1 or 2 spears or something. But again, it was like 4 or 5 FUs, one off F5, attitude adjustments, AAs. So one off the top rope, 2 in a row. I think he had one prior to that, and then Cena just 1 spear. Reigns 1 spear, and that's it. It's what the fuck.
It was 6 attempted AAs, 4 completed AAs, and there's only 2 Superman punches, 1 spear. Oh, I guess a spear on the table.
I think he toned down the Superman punches, which is good.
Yeah. I kind of miss it.
You would do it like 12 times in a match sometimes. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. But what really got me about this one, what really bothered me was, I get what WWE is going for, but have some patience. Like, John Cena had no respect for Roman Reigns.
I'm telling you, they could have made this go over several pay-per-views.
Yeah, at least go to Rumble. Like, I get it. He had no respect for him. So little that he had to come over from SmackDown to challenge him. He fights him once. Roman didn't do anything that he doesn't usually do in a match. That was a pretty standard Roman Reigns match. He delivers. It was entertaining. Sure. But he didn't do anything extraordinary or over the top as far as Roman Reigns goes. So why is it that just with one win, Cena now respects him? It was just like, he gave him too much shit going into the match to immediately respect him after the match. It should have been at least 2 pay-per-view wins.
Yeah, I think so too. It's rushed, but it's all rushed by John Cena's schedule outside the ring, right? He's got to go film some movies, so he can't wrestle while he's filming movies.
Yeah, but fuck, that's not my problem. You know what I mean? She should have done this earlier then. Why did it have to be No Mercy? Why didn't this happen going into SummerSlam?
Wait till later. Wait till he comes back in like a year, or whatever. And then do that when Cena's like, he's still going to wrestle a bunch of matches. I just think that they shouldn't have rushed this. That's the main thing. Yeah,
I agree. And it just seems like now they're like rushing right into the Shield reunion. It's like, push the brakes, man. Are they running out of time before Mania? Like, fuck, we're still like months and months and months away from it.
I think they also need to think of like, okay, well, Brock Lesnar's not going to be on the main show for the next couple months. How can we make it relevant, or how can we make it exciting? Oh, now's a good time for a Shield reunion. And then they're like, as far as I knew, I thought the Shield reunion was going to be on Raw, and then they're just like, no, it's just Roman Reigns on Miz TV, and then it's like, where are they yet? And they didn't come out, and like they're teasing it too much. I thought it was going to be pretty much like sooner than later, but they're just going to stretch it out a bit. And then next week you have Rollins going to be facing Braun Strowman. So my guess is that Rollins is going to get a beatdown afterwards. Dean Ambrose is going to run down. Braun Strowman's going to destroy the 2 of them. And then maybe what? You're going to have next week after that a handicap match versus Braun Strowman, where Strowman destroys them. And then Roman Reigns finally comes out and saves our ass. Or I don't know. We'll see what happens.
I don't know. It's going to be messy, though. It's like such a waste on the Miztourage, honestly. Like the fact that they didn't even have Miztourage win against... Who they even fight this week?
They fought against... It was like right early in the show too. Oh yeah, wasn't it Jason Jordan and Matt Hardy?
Oh yeah, it wasn't even a tag team.
Yeah,
it was just like 2 dudes thrown together.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they didn't even they weren't even competitive.
Dude, Matt Hardy should be involved in the IC title picture, man. I would like to see Matt Hardy.
He should or he shouldn't be.
He should be.
Yeah, he should. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. But, I mean, I don't know if you've seen him on social media. He's like, I am awoke. I must awake. Now that Jeff's gone, things will change and all this stuff. And he's going to be awoke. But you know what? Like, I keep seeing him tweet these things every week. And I'm like, nice, finally. Nope. Nice, finally. Nope.
Yeah. It's like his original Matt Hardy's like,
I'm not finished with you.
I had to throw that in there. I forgot to throw that when we were talking about Braun. So, damn.
I drink to that.
Yeah, bud. So, I guess that pretty much sums up the highlights of No Mercy. The women's match was awesome. I'm going to tie it into, what happened on Raw this week. Holy shit, Nia Jax, man.
Yeah, no, she's super over now.
I don't know. Maybe it just seems like it was out of nowhere for me.
I don't know. I think she's finding a way to connect with the crowd. I think her in-ring work is a bit sloppy. I mean, she does a bunch of power moves, and when she gets hit or drop kick, she kind of falls on one knee and kind of falls over clumsy. And when she took that power bomb outside, oh man, she pulled it up on her head,
dude.
Yeah,
and she kneed herself in the face.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. But yeah, dude, she's definitely improving. You see it. I mean, her mic skills even are improving slowly, and I don't know, man. She's a powerhouse. She's fun to watch. I like to see watching women getting slammed around by larger women.
Yeah, I know. And, you know what? Her shortcomings in the ring are forgivable because she's a likable girl right now. So
yeah, no, I think she's earning her spot. Yeah, she got it.
She wasn't on Raw, though, right?
She got in by The Rock, but, now, I mean, and that's fortunate of her, but now she's actually earning her keep. So Was she on
Yeah.
Raw? No, I thought that weren't they very limited in terms of the women that were on Raw this week.
Yeah, it was weird. They kind of threw a curveball, and I know Alexa Bliss was talking about Mickie James on Raw Talk after No Mercy, and surprisingly, they gave some FaceTime to Mickie James. And I don't know about you, but I didn't know that she was as good as she is on the mic. I thought that was a great promo,
Mickie
man.
James is good on the mic, you mean?
Yeah.
I think she's okay on the mic.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's done it for years. She's okay on the mic, I would say. Like, maybe I'd rate her like a 6.5 or a 7. Like, you know, she knows how to handle it. Not the most amazing.
Like, she just wasn't awkward.
Yeah, I guess.
She kept kind of looking at the crowd a little bit weird, but, like, I think she's better than Sasha Banks has been.
Yeah, Sasha Banks. I don't even think she's always very awkward with her promo. She says some good things, and I think she has the charisma inside of her and to be a really big star, but I don't know. I don't really find her promos are always that solid. But yeah, Mickie James definitely can talk on the mic, and to me, it's interesting to see her. I like to see Mickie James at least get the time. She came back. She had a kid. She came back to WWE, traveling on the road. Give her some matches on TV, man. Get her involved a bit more.
All before you were wearing a training bra.
Yeah, buddy. When she threw that line, it was freaking awesome. And I agree, like you said, if they're going to bring her back, give her a run, even if she doesn't win the title. It's going to be, give her some face time.
She also had a really good match against Asuka at NXT, and it's like you can see the kind of matches she can put on, and they really had a lot of like hype behind her coming back, and I just find like she's kind of been like, well, it's hard. They have so many women on the roster, it's hard to give them all time, and you have so many people on the show in general. But it's funny when she fired off that line, Alexa Bliss. It's like, oh, she's making fun of her because she's got small boobs. But I would have answered back and been like, yeah, well, at least mine were free or something like that,
Yeah.
Because
come on. Make a comment about her in the locker room if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I don't know if they're gonna go back that far, but that'd be pretty funny.
So, I got a question though. Where does this leave Sasha Banks in the women's division on Raw?
It's going to be really interesting to see where they go from here because it looks like they're going to be doing an Alexa Bliss, Mickie James program. And to me, that's just buying time. Mickie James is going to be a transition. It's going to be another, I guess, footnote on the title run.
Yeah.
She's definitely going to lose. Alexa Bliss is definitely going to beat Mickie James. Now, or at least retain her title. Now, obviously, we know where this is heading, right? We know what's going to happen.
No, where?
Well,
what, Nia Jax?
No, Asuka is coming to the Raw roster in October at TLC, right?
Oh,
so,
right, yeah.
I don't know if her first match is going to be a title match. I don't know if she'll have a match with somebody else, and maybe it's probably smarter to give her a series of matches or a feud before she goes for the title, because I'm telling you, when they have her win the title, she's going to continue her streak on Raw. So It's basically all the women are like, shit, I'm not going to win the title for the next while. And it's weird. They've instantly removed Nia Jax. They've instantly removed Sasha Banks, Bayley. Where were they? I mean, there wasn't too much mention of them. Maybe they're going to have a program somewhat on their own. So it's almost like they're just putting Mickie James in the picture for now for the time when Asuka's going to join the roster. And then, bam, Asuka takes it and just has it for like a year. But
that's clever. I didn't think of it that way.
It's clever. But what I would do is I would at least let the girls have their program a little bit longer. I would have Asuka come in and have a feud with somebody for go through a few women week after week, then have a program with somebody for just a little bit, and then go for the title and then win it on her first shot when she goes for the championship. That way it gives Nia Jax a chance to be champion for a little bit. WWE can kind of see how the fans react to that. Maybe have her have a feud with Bayley or Sasha, a triple threat or a four-way between the girls. And then, once that's all said and done, have Asuka maybe WrestleMania or Royal Rumble, But, I don't think if they throw her right into it right away, that's kind of it. It would be a bit concerning. I mean, I think they need to really take advantage of her on the roster. You can have lots of cool matches, and she doesn't need to be thrown into the title picture immediately. But she will. I just hope they don't ruin her. To be honest with you, that's kind of my main worry. But even in the SmackDown division, the women's roster. I mean, again, it comes down to them only having 2 hours, so they can only kind of put 2 to 4, maybe 5 women in a segment once a show. So again, Carmella taking on Charlotte this week, and it's funny because this is the woman with the briefcase, but I guess maybe she needs it more than others. But they really make her look weak on SmackDown. She loses really easily.
Yeah.
Charlotte kind of picked her apart and kind of made a joke out of her. Took her just a big boot to take her down. So I don't know. But then that's it. To me, it feels like she's going to win the title with this briefcase because she's going to be that like weak, like weaselly champion, And I hate her, but at the same time, I guess that's her doing her job, right?
I hate her.
That's her doing her job, I guess.
Exactly.
So
yeah.
I don't know. Like,
but
I want to see women's wrestling.
What do you see? You see Charlotte. Yeah. So what do? You see Charlotte beating Natty and then Carmella cashing in, or do you see like Charlotte having a big run and then Carmella sort of screws her out of the title, or how do you see her cashing in, though?
I don't know. They really haven't done it yet, so it's kind of a bit strange. I'm really trying to think. So going into a Hell in a Cell match, Natalya versus Charlotte. I mean, not in a Hell in a Cell match, but at Hell in a Cell. Though it could be cool to have a Hell in a Cell match. I don't know. These guys have traded matches back and forth. I think Charlotte, obviously had the issues with her father. She's coming back. They're really pushing a lot of steam behind her. I think Charlotte's probably going to win. But I do not see Carmella coming in and like cashing in on her right away and taking it away.
Yeah, me neither.
I see it being the reverse if she cashes in. So Natalya would get the win, but she'd be so tired and so like, out of breath that Carmella comes in and ends up, maybe they'll have this big epic match and Charlotte will beat Natalya and then Natalya will shake her hand and then beat the crap out of her, leave her in the ring as a heap, and then walk away, and then Carmella will come out.
Oh, that could work too.
That could work too. Other than that, I think it would be Charlotte winning and Carmella just does not cash in yet. It's weird. It feels like Natty, like she won. It felt meaningful, but the way they've been giving her like TV time and promo time and stuff, like especially this week, she comes out on the ramp and talks for a minute. I feel like she's almost becoming a transitional champion, which sucks.
I feel it too. Yeah.
But is what it is.
It's a shame. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Hey, we skipped over Kevin Owens and Shane O'Mac, man.
Not skipping it over. We're saving the better topics for last.
Better topics for last. Okay, let's get into it. I think it's been awesome.
I do too. I think Kevin Owens is doing a really good job at acting unstable. He's giving like sometimes he looks like he. See when he smashed Sami Zayn on the ring apron, he sits at the table. He looked like a scared kid, like, "Oh my god, my mom's gonna find out and ground me."
He did such a good job.
He's good at acting. He's not your.
He's a full package, man.
No, he's not the full package. Not at all. But he's good. He's solid. He's definitely one of their better talents,
dude.
For sure.
I don't know. I got him up there. Like right now in the WWE, I don't see anybody.
He's up there.
He puts on good matches. He's amazing on the microphone.
Yeah, he's good.
He can make a promo out of nothing.
You used to put two together. Microphone promo, same thing.
Oh, sorry. Oh, did I? Is that what I said?
Yeah. But I'm not...
He can make a promo out of nothing.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not disagreeing. He gets awkward sometimes. I'll say that. But still, he makes it work. He makes everybody else feel awkward too, which actually ends up being funny. But I mean, the guy saw. I would just love to, and he's doing this thing now. But it'd be cool at some point in his career if he just gets an injury, he takes time off to have surgery or something, and then he comes back. He's dropped like 30 pounds, and he's a little bit more jacked. He doesn't need to do it. But dude, he could really if he kind of gets stale for a while, comes back ripped and lost weight, it could really spark him to really new heights if he did something like that. I like to see him do it at some point, but I like the fact that he's an unorthodox champion, not your typical guy. He's got the beer gut, even though he doesn't drink, he's got a gut, and he's evil. He's a nasty man, and we're seeing it week after week. And again, it was so funny that he kind of said, "Okay, come on, you mother effer," and then I even censored it, folks. But yeah,
such a good guy.
It was funny that they caught that. And anyway, so you see him, and then as soon as he runs down, he throws Sami Zayn in the chair into Shane's mouth. Looks like he bumped into him. I thought it was by accident at first, but obviously it was intended. And then Kevin Owens kind of runs into the crowd super scared, he's a scared great fifth grader. It's kind of like he does something, he steals somebody's money, and then they find out. Yeah, he's a really good storyteller with his facial expressions. And then right at the end of SmackDown, right at the end of that segment, Kevin Owens blows a kiss. I don't know if you saw it, but it timed so well because they cut back to Shane McMahon and he was wiping his lips. He was wiping his side of his mouth or his lips, so it was kind of he kissed to Kevin Owens and then Shane McMahon immediately wiped it off, and it was it looked really funny. I'm just wondering if you can find a GIF about that online. I'm gonna look into it. It looks really cool.
Oh, we'll have to. Where do you see it going though? What do you see? What's the end game here? Like, what's going to happen in Hell in a Cell?
Oh, I think Kevin's going to destroy Shane McMahon. I think Shane McMahon's going to pull out some really cool spots. He's going to do some really cool things. They're going to have a gruesome match. Might see some blood. But Kevin Owens, I really think, definitely will win this match.
But do you think the story ends there? You don't think there's like a bigger picture to this whole thing?
Maybe a bigger picture. I could see it going no longer than another pay-per-view. I mean, it's Shane McMahon. He's not an active wrestler. I'm sure he's not going to get his ass kicked for 2 months straight. I think it's really good for them to have Shane McMahon in a program from time to time. But ultimately, it's either going to end at this pay-per-view or the next. It's not going to last much longer than that.
Because, I mean, his next match will probably be WrestleMania, I would assume. Shane O'Mac.
At this point, otherwise he'll be in the Royal Rumble or something like that.
Now, and like, I don't know, man. Something tells me that with Vince McMahon coming back to hype this matchup, we saw Stephanie come back, also hyping the matchup. Do you think that there could be any tie-in with Triple H at the Hell in a Cell? Do you think we'll see him? Do you think where they left off on Raw, they had like a conversation backstage that we never ever heard about?
I know. What was that? That was when he turned on Jericho.
Do you ever think that maybe somehow Triple H is trying to find a way, or this is somewhat of a setup to start a Triple H versus Shane O'Mac story or program that can kind of, just hear me out on this one. If somehow they can work that in where the winner gets the rights to SmackDown, Triple H now runs SmackDown, Stephanie runs Raw. It's the end of the brand split. Definitely cool. I feel these kind of situations have been done before. Not that they wouldn't have they. Yeah. Not that they wouldn't never do something like this, and it definitely is an interesting idea. But I don't feel as if they're going to do Triple H versus Shane McMahon. We've seen it before obviously the far distant past, but we have. And to me, I feel the direction that they're going in is Kevin Owens versus Triple H. Ooh, yeah. I think WrestleMania very well could be Triple H versus Kevin Owens or Royal Rumble or something like that. Like, look, and he attacked his father. Maybe it won't end after the pay-per-view, and he'll continue to attack him, and then maybe he'll bump Stephanie or push Stephanie, and then Triple H starts getting involved. He'll come over to SmackDown, and it'll be a big affair. I'm not exactly sure, and then he'll be mad at Triple H for trading him away. Like, you traded me away from Raw. You gave me the time championships. Like, yeah, because you couldn't cut it. You could cut, something like that. That's true. I just really feel like Triple H is going to be involved in Hell in a Cell. I feel like he's got to be. I hope he is. Maybe he's more open than anything. But. Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. Yeah. He's really not. Is he a Raw guy? I mean, technically. So I mean, I don't know if he should be over there without reason. So we'll see. Doesn't make sense though. You're beating the crap out of Shane, and Triple H comes out. Like, I know he can be on either show, but people are going to be like, "Why is he on SmackDown?" Right? I mean, but they should also understand that he's running. I'd really love to see, like Kevin Owens destroying Shane, like a bloody mess, and then Stephanie comes down and is like, "Stop, stop, stop," and like he won't stop. Triple H comes down, he's like, "Yo, Kevin, you gotta stop. We gotta stop," and then. All of a sudden, Triple H turns around and freaking smashes Shane O'Mac with a chair. Like, what? I just want to see it. I think they're going to do a few. I think Triple H really likes Kevin Owens. I think they're going to have a match eventually. I think that's inevitable. So, I mean, I don't know. It's long to say what's going to happen for Triple H at WrestleMania. Obviously, he'll be involved. He always is. Of course, yeah. Yeah, I think they're going to do a match between the two of those guys sooner than later. Right on. What else we have? We have SmackDown, main event. Or was it even the main event? I don't think it was the main event. But we were talking about the main title on the show, or the main one, the WWE title. So Jinder Mahal coming out. So this feud is like, I don't know if they have no trust in Shinsuke. They're not going back and forth. But week after week, they keep giving us the same stupid shtick where they go in the ring and then they make jokes. And it's just not working for me. It's not even that great. I find it very stale. I just think it's the both championship pictures on both shows are a mess. Yeah, they really are. They really, really are. I don't know if there's a long game and everything is just filler on SmackDown, but I gave Jinder the benefit of the doubt. He's let us down. the first promo that he pulled for this Nakamura crap, I kind of enjoyed it, but like you said, number 2, number 3, super stale, man. I'm done
Wasn't
with
this number 4? I feel like it was number 4.
Is it?
I don't know. Maybe it's 3, but
it
it could be very well be 4. And yeah, it was just terrible again. At least Shinsuke came out this time. But again, look.
At least he came out.
It answered my question from last week. When he comes out and interrupts you, they will play his whole entrance. So there you go, folks.
And it was kind of dumb. He should have just, lights gone out, he should have ran right to the ring with a spotlight.
No, it's weird. It's like, how do you run out to his theme song? There should just be like no music playing when he runs out, I guess. I don't know. But
he should just do the screech.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go. I think you solved the problem. But yeah, he came out.
I solved the problem.
Did his thing, got his kicks. I mean, I don't know, man. I'm like really not invested in this feud.
I don't think anybody is, man. I'm seeing like, and I think that the WWE universe, at least on Twitter, really gave Jinder an opportunity.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, I feel like at first they were like, oh, whatever, it's fresh. At least it's fresh. And man, I mean, the Orton thing, we thought, okay, after the Orton saga, maybe he'll get something interesting.
Maybe it was just Orton, you know?
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. And then Shinsuke seemed like, oh, okay, like everybody loves this guy, and even then, it's just like it's not carrying the load, you know.
You're putting him, you're putting him in a program with like I don't know. I just find Jinder very boring. I'm not gonna criticize his work ethic. The guy seems like he works hard. He probably takes it really seriously. He's trying his best, but I don't know, man. The guy doesn't have this charisma or this. He's not taking that brass ring, and he's not doing his own thing. I just feel like he's sticking too by the books, going out there. It just sounds too fake and forced, and I can't wait for him to kind of lose his title just to see what else. I just want some shit to switch up. I'm sick of it.
And where's his goddamn socks?
I know, it bothered me so much. Yeah, people who wear their...
I think it's a cool look.
Yeah, I see it a lot, though. People with business shoes and their nice dress shoes and no socks, and it's just... I don't know, you think your feet would get sweaty or you'd stink up your shoes, but, I don't know.
Stinky ass shoes.
Stinky.
So what do we see coming up next week? I mean, where does this leave us? Like, is Brock Lesnar just going to keep tearing through the Raw roster? Is Jinder Mahal going to keep lamely calling out Nakamura? Is that what we're just going to get used to?
It really depends. I mean, are we going to see Jinder Mahal dropping the title to Shinsuke Nakamura at Hell in a Cell? I mean, I really personally think it might be too early to give the title to Nakamura. Can you have him each week come out and do a promo? Can you hide him backstage every week and do pre-recorded promos? It'd be brutal. But then on the other hand, we had Jinder Mahal as a champion for a while, which was brutal. We also have Brock Lesnar, who is barely present as a champion. Just, they're just using him for ratings. So, I mean, who's to say they couldn't give it to Nakamura? But I just feel like, I don't know, we're leading up to that Shinsuke Nakamura AJ Styles match. I think it's almost written in stone that it's going to be at WrestleMania this year coming up. So, do you make it for the U.S. title, or do you maybe make Shinsuke win the title, hold it into WrestleMania, and then it'll be AJ versus Shinsuke for the championship at WrestleMania? That would be a freaking cool match, if you ask me.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know how they're going to do it because that's a long time for Shinsuke to hold that title. If they don't think he can be cutting promos live, it's going to be a long
Then maybe it'll
wait.
be for the U.S. title. Maybe AJ will keep his U.S. title until WrestleMania, and then Shinsuke won't win the title, and he'll end up, or even if he does, he ends up fighting AJ eventually at WrestleMania for the U.S. title. Yeah. And I think at that point we're going to see, and I'm super excited to say this, I want to see heel AJ Styles. I fucking love that guy.
Ooh, hey, he's amazing.
He was
and you know
hilarious.
What? The match doesn't even. The match doesn't even need a belt. Let's be honest. AJ can fight. AJ Styles can fight Shinsuke Nakamura for no belt. Opening match at WrestleMania, and it's gonna fucking steal the show.
I think they'll use him. They did him last year, opening match, him and Shane, and it was a really good match. So
it was awesome.
It's really good. He's a really good wrestler to set the tone. So I could definitely see that as well too. And you're right, it doesn't need a title involved, and maybe they'll take advantage of that and realize it doesn't need its own match, that title, or that match doesn't need a title involved.
I feel you, man. So is there anything else you want to touch on before we wrap this up?
No, I mean, we went over No Mercy, went over Raw, Smackdown, the main points, and what's going on in the WWE realm. So yeah, I think that's it, folks. So again, thanks for hanging out with us today. Follow us on social media @_Talkamania, and follow us or check us out on YouTube. online present. Tell your friends. Join us. You guys want us to talk about anything? You have any questions? Anything you want at all? Let us know. Get involved. Maybe we'll even let you on the show.
Ooh. All right, man. So, like you said, follow us and have a good week, bro.
Bursh.